Okay, I want to follow up with the other half of help for targeted individuals. As I was taking a shower, some more thoughts came to mind, and I thought I would share them with you. Um, some people may not be aware that they're a target, and it takes a while for you to come to that conclusion that something's not quite right. And so, I do have some things that I put together that I did earlier in my targeting that I never did anything really with, but I will be doing things with it shortly because I understand, the need for this. And what really needs to be done is that people need to understand that there is a new Holocaust right now, this time in our day and age, okay? And it's affecting over 1 million people here in the United States, where people's lives are literally being turned upside down, being socially isolated, and being excluded from community. What do you call it? Community participation in various forms. This includes being shut out of employment, being considered the other when it comes to certain employment agencies, being considered to be somebody so different that they're set apart from everyone else, being denied rights and privileges and whatever. And this is usually done through campaign smears. Now, when the Holocaust, the actual Holocaust, what was going on in Germany was taking place, many people weren't even aware what was actually going on. Some people, kind of took it lightly. They knew that certain people weren't around anymore. But some people really, when they look back and they start, they interview some of these people, they were like, well, I really didn't know exactly what was going on. And in this situation, it's very similar, okay? Targeted individuals are the new victims of this massive form of genocide. And so a lot of people don't realize it. One thing is, for people who are targets, you're going to notice that perhaps maybe you've been working in a particular field for a very long time, and the next thing you know, you can't seem to find a job in your field, okay? Also, you go to job interviews and nothing seems to come from it. This is the manipulation of your employment, people behaving in very strange, contradictory ways. This is like the beginning of the process, okay? Blacklisting is illegal in the state of California. It's illegal in all 50 states, okay? Meaning that employers are not supposed to give anything that's defamatory, anything that is not true, anything that is going to prevent you from being able to receive other employment opportunities. Now, what an employer can do is they can verify your dates of employment. They can verify, how much you've made and if you are eligible for rehire, okay? Oftentimes people participate in campaign smears, okay? In my case, my only thing that I did was I married somebody here in this town, and my family took advantage of it. They took offense to it, but what they didn't understand is that nobody in this town is avenging my mother or my sisters or anything else, okay? What they were doing is they took it upon themselves to enact a form of racism. Um, and they're really not avenging them at all. Actually, they're slapping every single last member of my family and my heritage and my ancestral lineage face in the face, okay, is basically what they're doing, and spitting in it as well. So this is not anything that my family can actually feel like, well, I did a good job or I did a good thing, okay? It's not. It backfired on you and you look really stupid. But anyway, in my case, I appeared also on Facebook. And many of people are experiencing problems with being on Facebook and noticing that their lives are slowly but surely taking a very strange turn, okay? And there seems to be a correlation, in my case, a correlation between what was going on in my workplace and the behavior of the people on Facebook. Because oftentimes, at this time, in this day and age, I mean, we are living in a time where anything goes, okay? And a lot of employers there's just so much ignorance in the world, okay? The ignorance it's astounding. And they're able to manipulate your employment, okay? So you got people on Facebook who could very well be pulling the strings in every aspect of your life, and these employers are allowing them to do it. So, I remember a few years back there was this guy. He was appearing on the news. He was talking all boastful about how he was using Facebook to screen employees. And the thing is that this man is working outside of employment guidelines, and a lot of people have God complexes. Okay, they think that they, that they I don't know what he was thinking, okay? But obviously, if you are basing it on people's Facebook, you're opening yourself up to discrimination, okay? People have the right to do whatever they want to when they are on off their work hours, okay? So let's just, for example, I mentioned this before, but for many people that are starting to notice things that are going strange and they're going off, things are going very strange in their life, a lot of it is happening on Facebook, okay? There's a lot of people that you may have known in your past. They may see you in your present, and now they're digging into your life when, and it's happening more and more and more than you can even imagine. But when it comes to Facebook, oftentimes if an employer is looking at it and basing it on Facebook, they're judging it on things that are goes outside of employment guidelines. Like, for example, your marital status. If it shows a picture of you, at a pep rally, for example, a political pep rally, they might be discriminating against you on your political beliefs. Or if they show you have pictures of yourself, like, for example, if you're Mormon, for example, they might discriminate against you because you're Mormon or whatever. All these reasons are illegal and they're discriminatory. And I think it's something that people really should be ashamed of. Recently, somebody contacted me and said, are you aware that employers are using Facebook? And I did a video response to that. Unfortunately, I've done so many videos now, I've completely forgot which name of that video was, but I think it's something about in response to or something along those lines. Um, I highly disagree with people using Facebook as a way to screen employees for the simple fact that it has nothing to do with their job. Your job is based on your abilities to do the job, nothing else, okay? And so, it's a God complex, okay? They want to play God and they want to be able to say, well, I'm a Republican, so I'm going to only hire Republicans, or I'm a Catholic, so I want it to all be Catholic. These sort of things. It's all wrong. Okay. So a lot of people are starting to notice weird things that are going on in their life. And if you are, you need to start thinking about what's going on in Facebook. I don't recommend Facebook. I think it could create a lot of problems for people. In my case, it created a lot of problems for me, and I do regret ever being on Facebook. I really do. Um, um, a lot of people from your past are going to constantly compare you to how you were when you were younger. And let's just say, for example, you may have been a dorky kid in school, and then you grew up to be some, I don't know, um, wealthy lawyer or something. Then people are going to come in and they're going to try to sabotage you, and employers are letting them do it. And it's becoming very scary. Okay, and even though you would think that there's administrative rules and laws in place, people are ignoring them or they're completely ignorant of them. So my thing is that I am going to finish my genocide report. But right now, until that, you can report employers who have done you wrong on Glassdoor. Glassdoor is a public information where a lot of people complain or post their concerns about employers that they've worked for and who have unethical business practices. And I strongly encourage targeted individuals to get on there and start reporting their employers. Every single last one of them who has put you in this situation. No, I'm not going to report my last employer. Um, I have my reasons, but I have no reservations about posting everybody else who actually put me in this situation. This is a very serious issue, okay? It is the new Holocaust. You're going to notice that you're going to be getting phone calls from people all over the world, or strange calls where people are hanging up on you, or this sort of activity. And it's basically, once you realize what's going on around you, you know that you're a target. And it is a very terrifying situation to be in. Okay. I will tell you, there's nights where I don't sleep. There's times where I'm wondering, what's going to happen to me next. That's always going to be in the back of your mind, okay? It is a very serious program. I will not lie that or try to sugarcoat it or make it seem like it's something that, oh, it's something you can laugh about later. I will not say that. I won't say that. I will never say that. It is a very serious issue because it affects your quality of life in every aspect of your life, which means, if you wanted to retire in Delaware or you wanted to do this, it's going to limit those things in your life. Okay, it's going to prevent you from being able to have a fulfilling life, the life that you've ever dreamed of. Okay, if you have any plans to better yourself, you can forget about that. Okay, because it's already wired into the system to where that's not going to happen. And once people start realizing how easy it is, okay, as a target individual, right now, I think it's your responsibility to let people know exactly what this program is. Okay, it doesn't matter if you sound crazy. It doesn't matter because this information needs to get out and that people need to know what it is because it's very important. Okay, this right here, your life is at stake, period. Okay, and I will not ever think for 1 minute that it's something that should be taken lightly. It's not something that should be taken lightly, and many people are putting you in this program and maybe not fully realizing it, but once they do, they generally scatter. Okay, so then you start knowing who your true friends are. So I really do encourage you to get out there and start talking about your situation, talking about what a targeted individual is, and let people know that this is the new Holocaust. Let them understand what it is and why it's so important and how easy it can be to be a target in this day and age. And it is very easy. Okay, now I said there's 1 million targeted individuals in the United States. That's actually an underestimation. Okay, there's more than that. There's also targets in Canada, there's targets in Europe, there's targets all over the world. But what I find surprising is that this is the United States of America. Okay, this is where you're supposed to have freedom. You're supposed to be in a country that's supposed to be so much more progressive than the rest of the world. And this is the country that for the longest time has been pointing the finger at other uncivilized countries and talking about how savage, what savages these people are. Okay, but I will let you know that what goes on in this country is almost as bad, if not worse, than what goes on over there in the United States of America. Okay, and so I really do think that it's an important topic that people need to be aware of. Okay, and it's not something that I take lightly. I don't take it lightly. I'm very serious about this issue. Okay, I mean, there's times I don't sleep over this issue. And for people to shrug it off. I know I saw a video about a guy. He was laughing about how he was a target and he being a target and all this other stuff. I appreciated his humor, but I can't say that I think it's funny, and I will never be able to look back and laugh at this situation. I will not. I will never laugh at this situation. It is far too serious to me to ever think that something about this was ever funny in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, that's just some more things that I wanted to relay to some of these people. You need to be very aware because anybody could be a target at any time. So you need to be aware of what's going on around you. Okay, if you lost your job and suddenly you're getting turned away from employers, if you can't seem to find a job in your field, if you start off, like for example, as a teacher and now you find yourself driving a bus, you need to ask yourself why. Okay, and if that's the case, you need to go back to every single last employer that you had and you need to throw their names out there. There needs to be some sort of uprising, some sort of stance that people need to start taking. And I know people have made efforts. I know targets have made efforts to get their message across. I know this has been covered in the news as well. Okay, but it's not something that is getting talked about enough. Okay, people don't understand exactly what this is, and it is a very serious issue, extremely serious. So anyway, I want you to think about what I said, and if you are a targeted individual, please feel free to contact me or leave your email address in the comment section below. And if you want to get together and start figuring out how we could get together and help put an end to this and bring awareness, I would greatly appreciate it. Your life is at stake. Wrapping up this video. Have a wonderful night.